Rocky learned Sue's advice to follow. Rocky was a nice, friendly little rock. He liked people. He wasn't always sure what to do to fit in, though, so he liked to listen and do what others said. Like when Mummy said, smile and say hello. Or when Daddy said, chew with your mouth closed. Or his friend Graphite said, come and play football. Or his teacher, Mrs. Basalt, said, read that page to me. Doing all these things made Rocky happy, and they made the others happy too. But then at other times, little rocks would tell him to do things that weren't so helpful. Like when Quartz suggested, let's see how loud we can burp. Rocky did so, right when the headmaster walked past in assembly, and he got into big trouble. It didn't make Rocky happy. It didn't make the headmaster happy, or Miss Basalt, or his mummy or daddy. All the time when Adakite suggested they play with fireworks. That could have ended really badly. Luckily, Miss Basalt came in before they managed to light them properly. Although it seemed fun at first, this didn't make Rocky happy because Miss Basalt was cross and told him he could have been really badly hurt. You don't have to do everything others suggest, she said. But the trouble was, Rocky always had done what others suggested. How else was he supposed to know how to fit in? One day, Rocky's big brother, Dunite, had got in a big wobble. He was really cross with Mummy and Daddy because they wouldn't let him stay out all night for the rock disco. Dunite hid in the garden, and Mummy and Daddy were really worried because they couldn't find him. No one was happy. But it got worse the next time. When Dunite had got into trouble by talking to scary grown-ups on his rock PlayStation, Mummy and Daddy had taken it away. Dunite was upset and angry, in another big wobble. While Mummy and Daddy were talking to Miss Norite next door, Dunite said to Rocky, come on, let's hide in the attic. Rocky liked his big brother. He liked to do what he said. Also, he didn't want his big brother's crossness to get turned on him, so he went and hid in the attic too. Mummy and Daddy came in and they couldn't find either of them. They were in a really big panic. When they'd been found, everyone was cross. Dunite because of his rock PlayStation, and because Mum and Dad were angry. Mum and Dad because they'd been so very, very worried about them both. And Rocky because it had been dark and uncomfortable in the attic, and because everybody seemed angry and upset. Doing what Dunite had said had not made Rocky happy, but somehow he couldn't help feeling like he had to. Rocky let out a big sigh. What was he supposed to do? He'd always learnt what to do by doing what people said, and now it seemed that sometimes went really wrong. Was he supposed to just try and figure it out for himself? Just then, Auntie Ignatius came round for tea. She was kind and fun, and Rocky liked her very much. She saw Rocky looking sad and asked him what was going on, and he explained. Ah, she said, I see the problem. You want to know the secret of when to do what others tell you? Yes, please, said Rocky. Well, she said, there are 4 things to remember, and she picked up 4 pebbles. Although kids sometimes have great ideas, you don't have to do what other kids say. You must be kind and hear what they say, but you don't have to do it. So first, check the person is a grown-up, and she wrote grown-up on the first pebble. Secondly, you should only do what people suggest if they want what's best for you and put you first. Mummy tells you to smile because she wants people to like you. Your teacher tells you to read because she wants you to learn. You might not always like what's suggested, but the person suggesting it should be wanting the best for you. Like when you don't want to clean your teeth, but Mum tells you to because she doesn't want you to get toothache. Sometimes others will tell you to do things that are best for them, not for you, and you don't have to do those things. On the next pebble, she wrote, best for you. Thirdly, you don't have to do anything that's dangerous. If people ask you to do something dangerous, it won't make you happy, like playing with fireworks, hiding in the attic, or being away from Mummy and Daddy. If someone tells you to do something and you think it might not be safe, it's okay not to do it. On the next stone, she wrote, safe. Finally, if someone is upset or in a big wobble, they aren't going to make good choices for you or themselves. It's best not to do what they say while they're upset. On the last pebble, she wrote, not upset. and handed it to Rocky. So there you go. There are your 4 rules, and she handed him the 4 pebbles. If a grown-up who wants what's best for you isn't upset and tells you to do something safe, then doing it is a good idea and will probably make everyone happy. Rocky found these pebbles so helpful. He liked to have rules to follow. He kept the pebbles always to remind him when it's good to follow the advice of another person. The end.